Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Bro, I have so many emails and I don't know how to get to all of them. What's the best way I can manage my emails?
Start by not responding to your emails at all. Because 99.99% of emails are just sent FYI. And the other 0.001% emails are about some kind of stuff which you have to do. So why you have to look at the emails? I mean, for example, I don't even remember to bring milk when my wife tells me to bring. And I am supposed to remember some guy who sent me an email? No.
But what if the email is really important?
Bro, then that guy will call you and remind you that he sent you an email. At that time, you go and check the email.
But then he's going to ask me why I didn't respond and that he sent the email 3 days ago.
Then you tell him that the email went to spam.
I can't wait for fall, dude. I'm such a 70-degree slut! When that dude... Fuck! Man, just thinking about it. Oh my god. 50 to 70 degrees. I eat it up, man. It's fucking the best weather ever. Best fits ever. Everything's so good, dude. The air just smells fresh. Smells crispy. It's got that autumn scent. You know what I'm saying? You know when you go outside and you go, that's what they're putting in those fucking candles. Candles! Oh my fuck!
We've gone over every transaction in your account history, and you verified the accuracy of every transaction. So those overdraft fees, they apply. Transfer me to someone else. I no longer want to speak with you. You're not getting transferred again. You've already been transferred twice. I'm the supervisor, and there's nobody else that's going to give you any other information. I want to speak with someone higher than you. Oh, you want to speak to someone higher than me? Yes. In that case, if you don't mind, close your eyes and bow your head for me. What? Father God, I leave you with my customer. She's not understanding that when you use more money than what you have in your account available for you, you're going to get charged an overdraft fee. I can no longer help her. Illuminate her path. Allow yourself to be revealed to her so that she can understand what happens when you overuse your debit card. Jesus, in your name we pray.
Ma'am.
Gracias, Señor, Papa Dios. Ma'am.
What?
No,
what
ma'am. You and Papa Dios, you guys fuck it out.
Get me to someone else.
Want to save money at the vet? Act like you couldn't care less about your dog. Oh, you don't want to go in there concerned, because they'll milk the shit out of that concern. Well, it looks like a sprain, but we don't want to rule out thyroid cancer. No, you got to lowball them. You got to walk in there. Doc, my dog hurt its leg. What do you charge to put it down? Oh, what are you, crazy? It's a sprain. A couple of days rest, your dog will be fine. Couple of days? That's what I thought, you fucking asshole.
I don't know, you and me are like Coke and icy. Coke and icy. Together, two and two, it will become yummy. Oh, so yummy. You want me, make you happy. I need you right now, honey. Love is so gay, but not in a homo way. I know this sometimes, see, we do talk like a baby. Talk like baby. Finally, I know this, you love me like you love mommy. Love your mother. Coca cannot live, I see. Love you like sugar daddy. Motherfucker, love is so gay, but not in a homo way.
Hey, Raj, you think I can fit this whole thing in my mouth?
That's funny. That's what your mom asked me last night.
Oh, come on! King of the Slams! Now you hold on a damn minute! You spoke to my mother last night?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Hello, Dad? I got good news and I got bad news. Good news is Mom's still alive. Bad news is she's sleeping with my boss, Raj, King of the Slams. Yeah, no, he is very cool. Yeah. All right, we'll talk about it when I get home. Uncle Dave's not over, is he? Good. I freaking hate that guy. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir, Sergeant! Affirmative! Affirmative! I love you.
I didn't catch your name. John. John. Nice to meet you, John. And you are? Also John. Ah, well, it's a pretty common name. You're telling me. I usually go by John Jay for that exact reason. You gotta be kidding me. Don't tell me you're John Jay. Yeah. You're kidding. On my life, man. John Jacob. Really? Don't tell me. Yep. Well, we got about 8 billion people in the world. There's bound to be a couple John Jacobs. Sure. I promise we don't have the same last name. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, man. I've never met another John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Yeah, how did you know that? You know there can only be one. What? There can only be one. There can only be one. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. It's already done.
Hey, Mom. So little Johnny's in class, and the teacher asks him a question. If there's 5 birds on a power line and someone shoots one, how many birds are left? And little Johnny goes, none, because they'd all be scared away from the gunshot. Teacher's like, no, there'd be 4, but I like the way you think. Little Johnny goes, okay, I have a question for you then. There's 3 women eating ice cream. One's sucking, one's licking, and one's biting. Who's married? Who's married, Mom? No, the one with the wedding ring, but I like the way you think. Hey, Mom.
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
From Filthy Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the Foo Show! Hey, what is up, everyone? I am Joe C.
And I'm Steph.
Thank you all so very much for listening to the Foo Bar Show, and a special thanks to you Foos who subscribe, rate, review, and share the pod with your fellow Foos. Remember to follow, like, comment on our Instagram and TikTok at Foo Bar Show. That's FOO Bar Show. And listen at FOOBarshow.com, and we'll foo it up like a couple of Foos. Ain't that right, Steph?
That's right.
Foo, Steph.
Foo, Steph.
Steph Foo. Today's going to be a good one. You want to know why?
Why?
Because we're 1 week away from LA Comic-Con.
Woo!
Our annual goings on over at LA Comic-Con. As a reminder, we're going to take Metalhead Nelson with us as a prop. And,
no, he's our correspondent.
And as a fellow correspondent. So that's going to be fun.
It's my favorite time of year.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Well, this like we've been saying, this year it's in October rather than December. Mm-hmm, so that's my favorite time of year is autumn, as you know the clip earlier implied. Mm-hmm. But what's up with you, Steph? What's new?
Just busy with school, so that's why we didn't have a pod previously.
Yeah,
it's midterm season, so here we are studying for 12 hours a day and not retaining any information.
So that's a waste of time.
No,
I've had a bad day, Steph.
Oh no,
I've had a bad day.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I had no idea.
Steph,
what did it involve? You screaming at the TV?
I wasn't screaming at the TV. First of all, it's not a TV; it's a projection screen. Okay, get it right. But yeah, I just had a bad day in fantasy football, fairy tale foosball, as I like to call it, to piss off the boys. But yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's not good. Both of my leagues, I've lost this week, or I'm going to lose, and there's a lot of shit talking that's going to be coming my way, and I really need to be medicated so that I don't lash out.
You are just a sore loser. You're a loser.
Well, Steph, maybe this week I am, but I will come out on the other side of this triumphant. You just wait and see.
All right. You're getting ahead of yourself like you did last year.
Hey, I got second place last year, Steph.
Yes.
Second
yes,
place.
Yes, you did, which was not bad for your first time in the league.
That was rookie of the year. Rookie of the year. I would have beat everybody too if I didn't listen to fucking Josh. I would have been champ my first year in. And no, it's not a fluke. Okay, I'm still in 4th place in the league. So go fondle yourself, Steph.
Did you know flukes are actually pretty common?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they are. So saying it was a fluke is actually like, oh, you know what? It's a common mistake, or happens.
Hey, Steph.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
No.
Steph, we got some things to talk about. Some things geek when it comes down to like comic books, DC. Not really a whole lot of Marvel going on, but LA Comic-Con talk, and I got a music highlights. So you wanna just get into it?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Steph, I see you got some Batman news over there.
Batman news, yes. Last weekend, September 21st, was Batman Day.
Mm-hmm.
There was some news that came out. So Batman writer, Eisner nominee, Rodney Barnes is making his DC Black Label series debut with the Riddler Year One artist Steven Subic. So those two are teaming up to create a new comic book called Batman Full Moon. This comic is releasing in October, towards the end of the month.
Oh, for Halloween.
Yes.
Nice.
And it is...
It's already available for pre-order, I see.
Yeah, if it's available for pre-order, it's actually... it's coming out Wednesday, October 9.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a monster story for all the Batman fans out there. And he is fighting a Lycan this time.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, so Batman Full Moon.
Has he fought monsters like this in the past, as far as you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's, he has his man-bat.
Okay. But like from the Monsterverse, like
From
this.
like Monsterverses, I think that he's...
like Dracula and Frankenstein's monster and shit like that. No?
Yeah, they've come and gone. I don't think Dracula... I don't think so.
That'd be very appropriate considering the whole bat thing.
Right. It is confirmed that Zatanna will actually be in this comic series, as well as your one and only John Constantine.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Why not?
Yeah.
Now, are they frequent these types of mashups, right?
Yeah.
What was it, like Justice League Dark and stuff like that?
Justice League Dark, headed by John Constantine himself.
Mhm.
All the magic and stuff like that. I actually like that, like magic aspect of it.
Is John Constantine like an actual hero, or is he like an anti-hero? I never really understood, because he's a dick.
He's a master of the dark arts, babe. And he sees a lot of shit, so of course he's going to be a dick.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. But like, has he ever done shit that would be opposing the regular heroes, like a Batman, Superman, and all that shit?
No, he's actually on our side. He's on the good side.
100% of the time?
It's just his methods
Yeah.
might be questionable,
Okay.
but he, for the most part, the overall goal is, to help the fellow guy,
All right.
but also himself. So this...
That's an anti-hero.
Yeah, but
Isn't
I
that-
mean, yeah.
All right.
He might throw some people under the bus to get where he needs to go, but ultimately, the good guys win.
Okay.
But back to the Batman Full Moon, it's on the DC Black Label series, so it's for a more mature audience.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what, and I think we had mentioned this previously in a few episodes ago, way back when, about the DC Black Label.
Yeah.
And it's only been out for a few years now.
Mhm.
It's sort of like an alternative version to their Vertigo series, which is adult content as well.
Okay.
But yeah, look out for Batman Full Moon for a nice monster story to get in
Okay.
time for Halloween.
Is there any kind of synopsis there that we can just kind of get a preview for? No.
Let me see. Hold on. I can't even read this without my glasses.
Your glasses.
Well, it's
Lady?
the glare. It's the glare. You told me to take off my glasses.
Nobody's gonna care about your. Oh God. Just kidding.
The glare.
All right, what's it say?
A werewolf so powerful that it'll defy Batman's most trusted resources, his brilliant mind, and his extensive gadgetry. Are Batman's physical strength and resilience alone enough to put the creature down for good? Or will this fight strip him down to his very bones? Even powerful magical allies like Zatanna caution the Dark Knight that he may not walk away from this encounter unscathed. And so if you look on the DC website, they actually have some stills or some panels from the comic book, and they look
pretty dope.
They look pretty good. Dark, scary, has that noir feeling, sort of like remember Batman Gaslight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
do.
like that.
Okay.
It has that feeling. I mean, it's not like,
Sick.
1800s per se, but it has that sort of
That
aura
detective-y,
about it.
Yeah, it's very it's creepy looking. That's for sure. Okay.
So I'm excited for this one.
Sick. Oh, what else what's going on there? If Jason Todd survived, how would Batman's history have changed?
Oh, we're gonna dive down into this.
All right, it's there.
That was just
Hey, that's the
not on
old
my radar.
school Nightwing. The one with the the one with the big ass collar.
Yeah, and the blue and then the yellow
The yellow kind of shoulder pads.
with the deep V-neck.
Right. Oh fuck.
Oh, this is a what if. It's like a
Yeah.
This was written by Joshua Lapin Bertone. Sort of like a opinion piece.
Okay.
Jason's death was decided by a margin of 72 votes. So apparently Jason died because people voted him out.
Yeah, it was a part of that comic book that left at the cliffhanger, and the last page allowed people to mail in their votes. And yeah, it was pretty close, but eventually everybody's like, Jason Todd's a dick. We don't want him anymore, and they killed him off. But what if he lived is what this is saying. And what happens, I guess?
I don't know. I'd have to read through the whole thing. I can't read that
All
fast.
right, we're not doing that. All right, well,
No, we'll come back to it.
All right, maybe.
Jason's death forced Bruce and Dick to finally confront their issues with each other. This begs the question, how would that have changed if Jason survived? The
interesting.
title Robin Lives actually addresses this. As Bruce comes to Dick for a perspective on the path forward, in typical Dark Knight fashion, he misunderstands what Dick is saying, and the conversation breaks down. The Bruce-Dick relationship of Earth RL seems to be heading for the same destination it ultimately did in our world, but it's taking a different path to get there. So
nothing changes.
Jason's death also fundamentally changed Batman's rivalry with the Joker. The Joker had killed in the past, but murdering Robin hit Batman in a place where no other villain had hit him before. It put Joker in a class above Two-Face, Riddler, Penguin, and the other Arkham rogues.
Yeah, that's true. It made him a sick fuck.
So, if Jason had not died, he'd be a lesser
rogue.
A lesser rogue.
Huh.
But
interesting.
Yeah.
But he also shot Batgirl in the spine.
Right. But
So
she
there's-
lived.
But she lived, yeah. But he's fucked up a lot of the Bat family.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to kill in one universe. He kills Lois Lane and it sets off fucking Superman, and he goes mad over it. So yeah, he's a sick fuck. But yeah, that's an interesting kind of what if, huh?
Yeah, so it's really just one person's opinion on like what he thinks might have happened if Robin has lived, Jason Todd specifically. But there is a story called Robin Lives.
Yeah.
That it's like a more like what if type of thing.
All right.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
You got more Batman news, I see. It's all Batman all day long.
It's all Batman all day long. My favorite guy. Not only that, he is actually getting his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
You already got it. It's there.
Yeah,
it's up.
he got it. Thursday, September 26, 2024 at 11 a.m. Right in front of the Hollywood Guinness World Records Museum.
Oh, okay, nice.
It's not any character or any actor, I should say,
It's
that
just
played Batman.
the
It is
character.
Batman himself,
Yeah.
the first superhero fictional character to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Right.
Congratulations, Batman.
I think I sent you guys something about Adam West, where he did something. Here it is. I found it. Before he died, Adam West lived in Ketchum, Idaho. This is from the Ketchum phone book during that time. So on one phone book, he's listed as Adam West, but instead of like the phone number, it says C. Bruce Wayne or C. Wayne, comma Bruce, in parentheses millionaire. And so if you go on to look for Wayne Bruce millionaire, it says please consult Crime Fighters in the Yellow Pages. So if you check out the Yellow Pages under Crime Fighters, it says see Batman, White Pages. and then if you go to the White Pages and look for Batman, it says see West Adam. So it just takes you in a giant circle. It's fucking great. You guys hilarious.
Now
R.I.P.
that's the riddle.
Now that's Batman.
Yeah, so those were the two main events.
Who showed up? Does it say? Like usually there's speeches made and that kind of shit. Anything like that?
On this particular page, no.
Doesn't say.
It just says when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you want me to Google it.
I would love nothing less.
Well, then I'm not going to Google it.
Okay.
So, Batman, comics,
Mm-hmm.
Batman on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Don't forget Joker, Folie à Deux coming out.
Oh, yeah. Not getting the best reviews right now.
You know we're still going to watch it.
We're going to watch it and we're going to see for ourselves. You know, we were told that it was going to be mainly a musical, right? And I guess we're hearing that that's really not the case. It's more like a court case procedural.
I don't know, like, where you guys get this information. Like, I just usually just wait. I don't get that from the trailer at all.
Screen Rant, comicbook.com, IMD. They're all IMG. I'm sorry. They're all like already rating it. I think if we look up Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't. You know what? I don't like those rating systems because it kind of like for you especially, it puts that perceptive in your head. Like I'm already going to go in expecting it not to be good.
Well, I'll say this: it is fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, a low fresh at 63. So I mean, I think what people are not liking about this, and it's kind of weird because it's not the story of Joker in the first movie was not consistent to the Joker we know now. So I think people are trying to also or are hoping that Harley Quinn's character is going to be consistent with the Harley Quinn we know now, but it's not going to be that. It's not going to be the case.
No, you can see in the trailer that that's not the case.
Right.
I don't like. At this point, don't expect it to follow like the general guidelines of what Joker has been in the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's its own story.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see what happens. It might suck. It might not. I mean, maybe Lady Gaga would be a good Harley. Who knows?
But you know what? That's what they said about the Penguin too. So the series on HBO Max.
Yeah.
But actually, it's actually
badass.
really good.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like these rating systems if you haven't even seen it. Like, because it, like I said before, it puts this perspective into your head. It's like, oh, well, it's not going to be good. So I'm just going to go in just like whatever about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, just make your own opinion before you even, or after you see it, not before you see it.
Well, I like these rating systems because it gives you a new perspective of maybe something you wouldn't have noticed already. Like, of course, they're not going to spoil it for you, but it kind of tells you what to look for, and then you gauge your opinion by what they said they were looking at or having an opinion about.
I tell you right now that most of the movies that I like always have low scores.
Because they suck, Steph. Because they suck.
They don't suck.
The movies
They
you
don't
like
suck.
are bad movies.
I like good, cheesy movies, and I like what I like. So my rating system doesn't agree with, whatever critics' rating system.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Whatever.
Oh
Morbius
my God,
was
you're
still
so
a good
mad.
movie.
What else you got? You got anything else here?
Just preparing for LA Comic Con. I knew it was, I know it's coming up,
Yeah.
but then I also thought that I had a little bit more time to get a costume. So I think I'm just going to have to reuse a costume from
Well,
last
yeah,
year.
what are you going to do? What are you going to be?
I don't know. Probably Jubilee again.
Our buddy Doug Brode is going to be there doing a panel with Mike Polcino. It's going to be at 12 o'clock in panel room 403A. He's going to be in the panel. He's not going to be moderating it. In fact, Doug's wife, Pamela Brode, she's going to be moderating it. And for those who don't know who Mike Polcino is, he's like a storyboard director and a proper director for The Simpsons. Has been for a really long time. He started doing character layouts. His first one was in season 3, episode 4 of The Simpsons back in 1991. Bart the Murderer. That's when he gets associated with the mob. And then I think he had his first directorial debut in The Simpsons in let's see, the year 2000 for season 11, The Mansion Family. So he's been with The Simpsons for a very long time. Still is. At least the IMDb website has him all the way up to season 35.
Wow.
So, and I think that's the season we're currently in now.
35.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's amazing.
So yeah, he's been doing that since season 3. So he's got to know a little something about that. And
You got to come up with questions.
yeah, maybe I'll have a few questions because maybe I'll have the stupid ass geeky questions that they made fun of when Homer was Poochie, and the nerds started asking all these questions and just pissed off Homer.
Some of those. Okay, we've been to a lot of cons and a lot of panels, and sometimes those really specific questions coming from the really big fan, I'm all for it, right? Because I love their enthusiasm. They're super excited to be there. But for me as an audience member, sometimes I just feel like, oh, this is just such a cringe moment. Because it's it's like the reference is so obscure that nobody else gets it. And it's it becomes a one-on-one conversation.
Yeah, totally. There's always that one guy.
Right.
There's always that guy.
But it's just I like that, where they're coming from. But it's I don't know.
There is a sense
tricky.
that they're trying to show off too. I'm this much of a fan where I'm bringing up this obscure reference.
Yeah.
For you to try to answer. And I guess because you gotta remember the actors probably also don't care as much as the big, super fans. So they're probably not going to know the answer to this.
Yeah, yeah.
And they make fun of that in The Simpsons, like I said. Just Homer's like, the hell are you talking about? Yeah.
So you dressing up as Poochie or what?
No. Which would be awesome because I know the whole rap and everything. But no. We'll see. I look forward to seeing Doug. That's really the only time we see him in person is at LA Comic Con. So we see him once a year. Maybe we'll catch him and we'll interview him because I'm almost done with his book Shelley. It's really good.
Shelley.
You read it, right?
Yeah, I loved it.
I'm elbow deep into that right now, and it's a cool little thriller. I like what he does with the whole thing about Shelley being a robot. Or a synthetic, as she likes to be called. Mm-hmm. It likes to be called.
It.
They make that. They really kind of emphasize the fact that humans need to understand that this thing is an it, not a he or she or anything like that, because then it humanizes them, and then you forget that they can be unpredictable because as you learn, as you read the story, they can have their own thoughts and secrets and stuff. So it's not to give anything away, but I recommend people pick this up. I haven't read a book like this in a long time.
Yeah, that's why I loved it so much.
It was good. It's good. He's good shit, man. And it says something about independent artists, authors, they're, you know, arguably maybe even more creative than the mainstream guys. Because I think, you know, when's the last time Stephen King had something of note? Was it pretty recent?
You mean like book wise?
Yeah.
Because everything that he writes down gets translated into a movie.
Seems like it. Yeah.
For fans of Stephen King, which I read a lot of his stuff, I think he came out with like a compilation of short stories.
Oh, okay, that's different for him, sort of.
No, he's done it in the past.
Oh yeah.
He has this thing. So Stephen King has this thing where it's not like the supernatural entities isn't what's scary. It's the people that are scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. And then he does have a setting. I think it's in Maine or, you know, wherever it is. And he's not there all the time in all his books, but he has reoccurring characters from, you know, maybe it'll be from a different book, or, you know,
So
they're in the same location as somebody.
Building a universe.
Yeah, it has its own universe. So that's just him.
Yeah.
Each story, I feel like, is different in its own way, but you can definitely tell that there's a structured pattern.
Mm-hmm.
He has a formula for the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I mean, as far as like sci-fi writers go, I'm really impressed with Doug's work.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really, really good. One last thing when it comes to Geeking Out, I wanted to point out that there was an announcement that your boy, Alan Tudyk, is going to play a secret role in James Gunn's Superman movie that is coming out. You know Alan Tudyk from Firefly, recently with Resident Alien. He does the voice of Joker in the Harley Quinn animated series. But if you're a millennial, your boy, it was Steve the Pirate.
Steve the Pirate.
Steve the Pirate. That's how I was introduced to Alan Tudyk in Dodgeball, Steve the Pirate. So I guess the film has already wrapped, and they haven't revealed what his part is going to be, but we can count on seeing him there when the movie premieres. Do you think he might play a live action Joker?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Who would he be? What do you think? Just to throw some shit out there, because he does do a really good Joker voice that is similar to Mark Hamill's.
Yeah.
And you know he could play crazy.
Yeah, he can play crazy. Oh, who would he be? He's got to be... What if he's... what if he's Brainiac? Superman.
Oh, you think he could be Brainiac?
Could be. Are we seeing him live?
Yeah, when we see him, we'll know that it's Alan Tudyk. So it's not like he's a robot.
So
or
it's not
like
just the voice.
No. He could be, because Brainiac is the big bad in this movie, correct? Is that what we're taking away from the movie poster so far?
Sure. I don't. You know what? I haven't looked into it enough.
Okay.
Have you seen I'm trying to find it.
What?
His reply to him being announced in Superman.
No.
I'm trying to find his reply.
Let's see.
It was on Twitter or X or something like that.
Okay.
Twitter. But it was pretty funny. What he said, and I am looking for it and I can't find it. Who else could he be? Jimmy Olsen? No.
He's too old to be Jimmy. Don't you think? I don't know. Unless he's a Kryptonian, if they're gonna do a flashback of when the whole thing of sending a baby to Earth kind of thing, he could be that. I wouldn't hate if he was Barry Allen.
No. They already have one.
Oh, they have a Barry Allen?
Oh wait, no, Barry Allen. No, I'm thinking about their boss. What's their boss's name?
Oh, from the Daily Planet?
Yeah.
I forget.
White?
Chief?
White?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking for what you're looking for and I don't see it. So anyway.
It was just like...
He was in Doom Patrol, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
He was Mr. Nobody.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we still need to see.
Yeah, we've been putting that off for... And supposedly that last season's really good.
I know. As soon as we stop watching it.
That happens at everything that we give up on. But anyway, maybe he's Clayface? No, that's a Batman.
That was him and Harley Quinn.
I know, and he's a Joker and Clayface in both of those.
Okay, well, I can't find it.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm excited because he's big with DC. So if they gave him like a live action character to play, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Steph, I think that's all I got.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I don't have the out thing. To your son. Hang on. I can find it. Quick stall.
So.
Jesus. All right, I got it.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
I'm sorry you participate in a podcast. Hey, I have music highlights real quick.
Okay.
Well, Steph, the last time that we did a pod, I reported on our one of the bands that we like, Jane's Addiction, where freaking Perry Farrell punched Dave Navarro, or at least tried to. There's more to it. Stereo Gum posted a couple days ago. The guitar tech was interviewed. They pretty much see everything. They like if you go backstage, everything upstage, backstage, it's all visible to them. They know what's going on. So new details have emerged about what went down over in Boston earlier this month, which ended pretty abruptly when Perry Farrell threw a punch at Dave Navarro. It ended the tour. Shortly thereafter, they announced that they were canceling the tour and all that good stuff. So in a lengthy podcast conversation, the guitar tech Dan Cleary said that Farrell took another swing at Navarro after all the band members went backstage that same night. He just kept going. Unlike the missed stage punch, this one actually landed on Navarro, according to Cleary, who adds that Jane's Addiction is in all likelihood finished because of that. So he sets the stage for the entire conflict, telling the host and a friend of Navarro's, Todd Newman, that Farrell had quit the band before the U.S. tour's opening night in Las Vegas, but had been talked into continuing by the management. So he was already kind of salty to begin with before the tour even began. He adds that the band had been in agreement before the European leg of their reunion tour that the show would not include backup singers or dancers, as old music speaks for itself. And there was a lot of pushback from Perry on that issue. As we know, Perry's wife, Eddie Lau Farrell, who is also one of the dancers. Mm-hmm. So that's actually how they met. At a certain point, Jane's Addiction started introducing, scantily clad dancers to their live shows, and it added a little bit to that. But I guess the band's like, we don't. Let's just let the music speak for itself. People are here to come see the band and the music. Let's just not have the dancers up on stage anymore.
Right.
As Cleary tells it, Farrell kept pushing for the dancers at Jane's Addiction's show amid some back and forth about whether to feature the dancers in a pre-recorded video as opposed to having them on stage. So he was trying to compromise. He still wanted the dancers, but he's like, well, let's have it on the big screens then. Let's just have, some pretty ladies on the big screen.
Yeah.
And the band was still like, nah. Cleary says, no dancers on the stage, but now you want to put them behind us dancing. It's kind of the same thing. It's 2024. It's a bit of a different time. Having scantily clad chicks on stage or on video, I don't think that it's as empowering as maybe the Farrells may think it is. The Farrells sort of couldn't let go of this thing to the point that before the first show, Perry quit the band.
What?
So Dave Navarro and Perry apparently had quit the band before the tour even began.
Okay.
So it sounds like Farrell wanted his wife to be involved in the show's production and is overall in favor of sexy backup dancers at a rock show, even if the whole concept is a bit outdated. So full disclosure, he says, I saw Jane's Addiction at the Hollywood Bowl in 2022, and not only were there sexy backup dancers, but Farrell made some comment about his dick, saying, any day he can get an erection is a good day. But
okay.
So let's see here. Cleary continues noting how the Vegas show's friction set the stage for the problems for the rest of the tour. So he says that from that point, Perry did kind of pull away from his bandmates. No joyful interactions, no talk. But even after that kind of weirdness, the band still did continue to support Perry through the entire tour. There were, if there were ever parts where he wasn't quite sure what part of song they were in, they would say, here we are. If they had a great show, they would be the first people to be like, that was fucking awesome. You're amazing. There was some talk of the fight that ended up happening in Boston was brought on by sound issues on stage. And he says that I have pushback on that in a big way, because this one's tough to talk about because it has to do with, are there other factors involved than just stage stuff? He doesn't think that it was the whole drinking that was, I mean, he was visibly drinking a bottle of wine while he was on stage, but he didn't think that that was what caused, this whole anger. Instead, he's thinking that it was like emotional issues and a possibility of him using some substances.
Oh.
He's not really blaming the alcohol, but if you ask me, how could that, I mean, I'm sure it didn't help.
Right.
The alcohol.
And the combination.
The combination of all that stuff. So after laying out the full blow-by-blow of what he witnessed during Ocean Size, which is the song where like it all kind of broke out, he says, I want people to understand that it didn't end there. Let's see, playing some audio of Farrell backstage being consoled, Navarro walks up to ask what the fuck happened, and Perry punches him again. So any of this talk about cheap shots, I feel for him because there's something going on mentally. He looked crazed. Cleary also says in Farrell's defense, I enjoy Perry. I've had great talks with him. He sent me a beautiful text the other day, basically I'll miss you kind of text. He's a good dude most of the time. And there's times when it's kind of this, but we've never seen this crazed version before, which kind of makes it so scary. We all saw that footage of Dave kind of like putting his arm out to protect himself. Right. But you also noticed like the look on his face, like, what the fuck? Apparently it was more of a shock of him noticing Perry's like eyes being so crazed that he's never seen before.
In the video, you can see Perry's face and his eyes before he turns to Dave.
Yeah.
If you really look at it, it's kind of grainy, but you can see look.
It. Yeah, you can see it. You can totally see it. There's so many angles from everybody like holding up their cell phone. So yeah, you can totally see it. So he ultimately concludes, no one's trying to villainize Perry. He did do this, and I know this band is over with, but I really do hope that he's able to figure things out. I think that Perry's apology was posted on Instagram was heartfelt, and I know that for sure because I have checked in and I know that he's hurting. I feel that I could take that away. I'm sure that wait a minute. I feel if I could take that away, I'm sure we would all love to take that away. He's going to go through that for a while and it sucks, but I do hope that he gets the help, and I appreciate that he and Eddie, all that they've done. And what the band has done. I just hate that at the moment. This is what Jane's is going to be known for. That's true. This ended on nobody's terms. It feels like losing someone in a car accident. I guess that's true. This was supposed to be a sort of comeback. They released a new single. They hadn't released music in such a long time, and they were out promoting that. And, we get that still image right there. And just in that YouTube thumbnail of this podcast, the Beantown Beatdown. And yeah, he looks fucking crazy right there. Looks like the Joker. Does he not? I mean, even with his hair, he He looks like the Joker.
A little bit, but yeah, he's got those eyes. They're so far away, but yet so focused on Dave Navarro.
Yeah. It's sad. And another thing that's sad too is that Foo Fighters are now canceling festival appearances. They were supposed to do one in a few days with like Goo Goo Dolls and a few other acts that I don't recall at the moment. But if you go to their Instagram, not only did they post that they are pulling out of that festival, but they've, if you notice, they've also taken out the comment section to a lot of their Instagram social media posts.
Oh, really?
So because I'm sure people were like commenting some like shitty things to them and things like that
Because of the
because of Dave having a kid outside of his marriage. You know, I said this sort of in the last podcast where, you know, he's been painted as this wholesome guy, but I don't think that he has painted himself. Like he didn't go out of his way to say, hey, I'm this wholesome guy. I mean, he loves his family. He talks about his family. Obviously, this isn't a good thing for his family, seeing that he also was seeking for a divorce lawyer before he made this announcement, trying to get ahead of it. You know, I was not that this has anything directly to do with it, but, you know, if you ask any other musicians, I was listening to the Two Bears podcast with Tom Segura and Jaboy, the Machine. And they had Corey Taylor on from Slipknot.
Okay.
And he was saying, you know, he knows Dave Grohl, and he's it's disappointing, but he reminds us all that, you know, he's like, nobody's fucking perfect. You know, but and to think that, you know, a rock star like this is going to be a holier than thou guy like we see politicians try to be, it's silly. Not only that, we've known this kind of pattern about Dave. He's always been a womanizer, and for us to think that it's changed is a little silly. I mean, we can hope that people change for the better, but you can't expect it. So, and apparently his wife knew the entire time that the pregnancy was going on. So it's just now that, of course, it's been announced, it's really probably getting to the family. His daughter Violet has deleted her social media.
She was probably getting some.
Yeah, she's probably getting all
hits,
kinds of shit. So yeah, shit is hitting the fan, unfortunately, for the Grohls. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's sad, but people are talking about rock and roll, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I mean, like, and he's good in other ways, right? Because we know him for, you know, his massive barbecuing, and he'll feed, he'll feed the population. I mean, he's very personable. His interviews are really great. He loves his music. He loves to collab with other bands.
Yeah, he's like a spokesperson for rock and roll. Has been for a very long time. Has really kind of.
But you know what? Honestly, all of that stuff, his personal life is really none of our business.
That's true.
So,
well, like, when he announces it on social media, he makes it our business. To be fair. But the whole speculation and the whole prodding, that's none of our business.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, now we're getting upset because we don't have enough information. But it's like, that's not our business.
It'll come out.
Yeah.
It'll come out.
Somebody's gonna write a book or something, or he'll just, you know, come out with another book himself.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I it sucks. I hope that this isn't the end. It can't be the end of the Foo Fighters, right?
No, I think they'll probably just take a publicity break.
Yeah.
Right?
Like Tenacious D did.
Yeah. I mean, really? They're still talking to each other.
Oh yeah. They're still good friends. It's just that, you know, what Kyle said about, you know, the next bullet shouldn't miss Donald Trump. That should. I mean, he said it at a poor time because Jack Black, I think, had a movie or two coming out at the same time, and I'm sure those studios were like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here with that." You know, we're not gonna lose ticket sales because of what your buddy said.
Right, and they, you know, shut that shit down real quick.
Yeah, so they're taking, like you said, a publicity break.
You just take a break.
Yeah, and
make sure you keep it clean.
And Jack Black is doing like a press tour. You find him in tons of podcasts as a guest right now.
Yeah,
and he's just well, I don't know that he was promoting anything in particular. Of course, he had, the Kung Fu Panda movie that recently came out that did really well.
Then he had the Minecraft.
That's what it is. Yeah, the other thing.
Minecraft. He's got a lot of, kids movies that are coming out. So, of course, you want to keep it like PG for the kids.
Yeah.
Like press-wise.
Yeah. He was on the Bad Friends podcast. He was on a bunch of other podcasts. So he's doing that kind of publicity right now, and he didn't need that negative publicity, unfortunately, for his buddy. But they'll be back.
I think so.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Tenacious D, Jane's Addiction, and Foo Fighters will all have like a big show together.
I mean,
I doubt that Jane's Addiction is doing their thing again. Obviously.
Dave Grohl did drum for Tenacious D.
He did.
He was the devil.
He did.
In the movie.
He was. We'll see. We'll see what the fuck happens. But yeah, man. Aside from that, I don't really have anything else for the music highlights. I mean, we're looking forward to going to When We Were Young Fest in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
that's
just
coming
about.
up.
Yeah,
that is coming up quick. So, who are you excited to see? Anyone in particular? Remember, they're playing specific albums all the way through.
I got to watch Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah, I got to watch, of course, I got to watch My Chem and The Used, Thrice.
Yep.
Those are that was high school for me. Not so much My Chem. I was a little too cool for school, but I never doubted that they were good. I wasn't diehard like other people were about them at the time. Now I'm like, all right, yeah, I respect the shit out of what they put out, in retrospect. I was really into The Used. In my high school in particular, you were either into My Chemical Romance, The Used, or Taking Back Sunday. That was the big three. The big three? Back then. And we're talking from 2001 to 2005. Those were my high school years. So that was what was in the scene. Of course, there was other shit going on. You had, of course, Coheed and Cambria. But at least in my high school, those are the three that you belonged to when it came to that scene. More people were into My Chem, especially when the Black Parade came out. It was just all them.
In my school, it was... what was it? It was Take Back Sunday and The Used were kind of grouped into one.
Okay.
Then you had Hawthorne Heights.
Oh God.
And then
okay.
My favorite was Seosin and everything that fell in line with Seosin.
Mm-hmm.
So it was that three. And then, umbrella wise was My Chem.
Okay.
Everybody just globally loved them.
Yeah.
But then you got your different subgenres
sure.
of the music.
Yeah. Yeah, my school was a little weird. We were still a little siloed when it came to it. It's either you liked one and you didn't like the others.
Mm-hmm.
So, but personally, I'm no, they're good bands. But yeah, my favorite one out of the three is The Used. So I'm with this group.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Anyway, I think that's gonna do it. We'll talk more intelligently about the bands in When We Were Young Fest when we not only when we actually go, but leading into it. So in the next couple of podcasts, we'll bring more news up, and hopefully they put out a schedule lineup.
Oh, they will.
To see which ones are going to be the most realistic for us to actually walk over and see. Do you think we're going to split up? Do you think you're going to get drunk off beatboxes? We'll never know.
No.
Tune in next time.
I learned my lesson. F that. You parked me. I remember I got so drunk you parked me in the bushes. You go, wait here.
Well, because I was getting us ice cream.
I didn't see any of that ice cream.
You ate all of the ice cream.
I don't remember any of
Yeah, I know you don't remember.
What?
I got you, what did I get you? I got you this blue ice cream. It was a blue chocolate chip mint ice cream. I don't know what the blue was about. It might have been blueberry or it might have been bubble gum. We'll never know.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that.
But what I'm looking forward to at least speak to this, we got VIP passes because fuck these lines.
Oh, hell no.
And because we have the VIP passes, we're going to be at the side stage. So we're going to be able to get on to the side of the stage. That's going to be cool. Yes. We're going to have our own bathrooms. And I got us the hotel room at the Stratosphere, which is across the street from this place, rather than we were at the, what's it called now? The Horseshoe?
The Horseshoe?
The Horseshoe, which is...
Formerly Bally's.
It was formerly Bally's, which I like that hotel. It's probably the best hotel for the price.
Yes.
That horseshoe. But you had to take the monorail or drive, and both of those options just you were either stuck in traffic or you were waiting for there to be space in the monorail for you to even fit in there. Because everybody and their mom was taking the monorail, and everybody and their mom was driving to the venue.
We were just like, oh, we'll just take the monorail. It's not going to take that long. Sure, the ride itself did not take that long. It was getting on the monorail.
Waiting to get on. And we were like maybe, 5 layers of people?
Deep, yeah.
It wasn't a line. It was a crowd. It was a horde.
But the thing is, we were at the end of the track. Or what is it? The route. So by the time the train got to us, it already packed.
Yeah. People from where the route begins were already on there. So yeah, and there was nobody getting off.
No, because we're all going to the same place.
Yeah, it was. We learned our lesson. So we strategically did those things. Also, once we got there, we had to wait in the line to get in, and that was a shit show.
Oh my God.
So meanwhile, the VIP, there's no line. People just walk in, just show their wristbands. I got an email, by the way, that says that, and everybody going, the wristbands are on their way.
Tight.
So we're going to be getting those real soon.
Tight.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So if you're going to Vegas for when we were young, let us know. Hit us up. We'll see. We might enjoy a beatbox or two together. We'll see if Steph gets drunk all over again.
Oh no.
I want to see it again.
I don't.
All right, that's gonna do it for music highlights. And the show, Steph, you got anything else?
Yeah, I found the Alec Tudyk thing.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, we were here. Well, fuck it.
He says, between you and me, I am playing Jimmy Olsen's French photographer friend, Bertrand Birdie Mugler, who specializes in adult avant-garde snaps, wears a cape, but isn't a superhero, just a fashion slut. He's joking, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it would be hilarious
Yeah, I suppose it would
if
be.
it was that exact same character.
Imagine. Yeah. I mean, there are some colorful characters that work at the Daily Planet.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, man. Well, that's going to do it. Are we doing one next week, Steph? Do you have another midterm that we should be
We're
pausing?
going to do LA Comic Con next week.
Is that a yes?
So yes.
Okay. All right. I don't know what you're yelling. Thank you so very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show, and a special thanks to you, Foos, who subscribe, rate, review, and share the pod with their fellow Foos. Remember to follow, like, and comment on our Instagram and TikTok at Foo Bar Show. Oh, and we're putting up daily clips of the Foo Bar Show too. Hope you guys have been enjoying those. That's FOO Bar Show, and listen at FOOBarshow.com, and we'll fill it up like a couple of Foos. I've been Josie.
And I'm Steph.
Signing off saying, don't be a dick!
Fuck, man. Thank you, guys.
Maybe the next step in your healing journey is to go around calling people fucking cunts. That is all for today's therapy session. I'll see you next Tuesday.